You know the average person between 20 and 30 spends over 500 hours a year on the couch scrolling through feeds after work? 500 hours. That's enough time to get a master's degree, or learn to speak a new language fluently, or build a side income that could give you financial freedom. 500 hours every single year traded for random videos and the feeling that another day just slipped away. And here's the brutal part. While you're sitting there on your couch telling yourself, "I'll start tomorrow," there are guys your age using those exact same hours to build empires, to master skills that will multiply their salaries and open doors they didn't even know existed, to create the life you only dream about. The truth hurts, but it needs to be said. You're not just wasting time watching Netflix. You're wasting your only shot to completely transform your life before 30. Look, I get exactly what you're going through. The team behind this channel has been exactly where you are. After a brutal day at work, the last thing you want is more work. You want to chill, disconnect, forget about responsibilities. And there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is, this mindset is keeping you exactly where you are while others are pulling away from you every single day. We remember looking at life in our early 20s and thinking, dude, where did all these years go? Had this feeling like we were chasing our own tail, going nowhere, working all day, coming home dead, and at the end of the year, nothing had changed. Same position, same salary, same problems. That's when we discovered something that changed everything. A simple but powerful rule that accelerates life in ways you never imagined possible. What if I told you there's a way to accelerate your life 10x using just 1 hour at night? 1 hour you already have available, but you're wasting without even realizing it. This isn't another productivity tip you'll forget tomorrow. This is a complete system that will put you years ahead of the competition. And the best part is, you don't need to wake up earlier. You don't need to sacrifice time with friends. You don't need to become a workaholic. You just need to understand how to use that 1 hour strategically. But wait, you're probably thinking another hour? Dude, I already work all day. When I get home, I just want to relax. I don't have energy for anything else. I know exactly what you're thinking, because I thought the same thing. And here's what I discovered. You don't need more energy. You need more direction. The difference between you and guys who are actually accelerating in life is not that they have more time or more energy. It's that they figured out how to use the time they have exponentially. I'm going to prove this to you in the next few minutes. Look, you've probably heard tons of productivity and personal development tips. And you know why most of them don't work? Because they approach the problem completely wrong. They try to make you add 1,000 things to your routine. Meditate, read, exercise, study, network, and you end up doing nothing right. Or they try to make you wake up at 5 a.m. to have more time, but you're dead tired and can't maintain it. The approach I'm about to show you is different. Instead of trying to add more things to your life, you're going to learn to concentrate all your transformation power into just one strategic hour. 1 hour that, when used correctly, has the power to accelerate your life more than months of scattered effort. Here's the thing that most people don't understand. Success isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. And the smartest thing you can do is focus all your energy into one specific time slot that becomes your transformation zone. Think about it like this. You have a magnifying glass and sunlight. Spread that light over a wide area and nothing happens. But focus it into one tiny spot and you can start a fire. That's exactly what we're doing with your time and energy. Most people are trying to start fires with scattered sunlight. They're spreading their efforts so thin that nothing ever catches flame. But when you focus everything into 1 hour, that's when the magic happens. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover the 4 fundamental rules that will completely transform your life trajectory. You'll understand exactly how to structure this hour to get results 10x faster than any other strategy you've tried. Grab a notebook right now because you're going to want to write this down. And think about which area of your life you most want to accelerate while I explain each rule. The first rule is about concentrating all your energy in one direction. And I'm going to explain why this is so powerful. Most people make a fatal mistake. They try to be productive in several areas at the same time. They split their energy between 10 different things, and in the end, they master none of them. What you need to do is different. Choose one area of your life to accelerate for the next 90 days. Just one. It could be your career, your finances, your health, your relationships, or a specific skill. But just one. I know what you're thinking. Just one. But I want to improve everything. I want to get in shape, make more money, learn new skills, improve my relationships. I get it. But here's the reality check you need to hear. When you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing well. Your brain isn't wired to focus on multiple complex tasks simultaneously. It's wired to excel at one thing at a time. Think about the most successful people you know. They didn't become successful by trying to do everything at once. They became successful by becoming obsessed with one thing until they mastered it. Then they moved to the next thing. Here's how to do this in practice. In the first week, identify which area of your life, if accelerated, would have the biggest impact on all other areas. Ask yourself this question. If I could only improve one thing about my life over the next 3 months, what would create the biggest ripple effect? Maybe it's your income, because more money would reduce stress and give you more options. Maybe it's your health, because more energy would improve your work performance and relationships. Maybe it's a specific skill that would accelerate your career. In the second week, define a specific and measurable goal for the next 90 days in that area. Don't just say, I want to make more money. Say, I want to increase my income by $2,000 by building a freelance business. Don't just say, I want to get in shape. Say, I want to lose 20 pounds and be able to run 5 miles without stopping. In the third week, eliminate all other distractions during your sacred hour. This hour is not for checking emails, scrolling social media, or working on other projects. This hour belongs to your one focus and nothing else. Why does this work? Neuroscience shows our brain can only truly focus on one complex task at a time. When you divide your attention, you're not being 50% efficient at 2 things. You're being 20% efficient at both. But when you focus on one thing, something incredible happens. You enter what psychologists call flow state. Time seems to disappear. You're completely absorbed in what you're doing, and the quality of your work becomes exceptional. The second rule is about when and how to use your hour for maximum results. People think any hour works. They use their hour after dinner when they're tired or on weekends when they're disconnected. Result is mediocre work and lack of consistency. There's a perfect moment for your acceleration hour, and that moment is right after you get home from work, but before you enter relaxation mode. It's when you still have mental energy, but you've already processed the day. This timing is crucial, and here's why. When you get home from work, you have about a 30-minute window where your energy is still high, but your stress is starting to decrease. This is the golden zone for productivity. Most people waste this golden zone by immediately collapsing on the couch or getting lost in their phone. They think they're too tired to do anything productive. But that's not true. They're just not using their energy strategically. I'm going to give you the exact protocol. Get home and take a quick shower to make the mental transition from work mode to growth mode. The shower is like a reset button for your brain. It washes away the stress of the day and prepares you for focused work. Prepare a drink. Water, coffee, tea, whatever helps you focus. But make it something that signals to your brain that it's time to work. Create a ritual around this moment. Go to your workspace. This doesn't have to be a fancy office. It could be your kitchen table. But it needs to be a specific place that you associate with focused work. Not your bed, not your couch, not where you relax. Turn off all notifications and put your phone in another room. This is non-negotiable. Your phone is the enemy of focus. Even if it's on silent, even if you promise yourself you won't look at it, it's still a distraction. Get it out of sight. Set a timer for exactly 60 minutes. Not 45 minutes, not 90 minutes. 60 minutes. This creates urgency and prevents you from procrastinating or getting distracted. Start immediately without mentally preparing yourself. Don't spend 10 minutes organizing your workspace or thinking about what you're going to do. Just start. Action creates momentum, not the other way around. Why does this timing work? Research shows our willpower is highest in early evening after a small recovery period. That's why many successful entrepreneurs do their most important work between 7 and 8 p.m. You're catching the ideal moment of mental energy before natural nighttime fatigue hits you. The third rule is about how to use this hour so every minute counts exponentially. People use their free hour to consume content, watch courses, read books, listen to podcasts. They feel productive, but they're not really creating value or developing practical skills. Consumption feels like productivity, but it's not. It's just entertainment disguised as self-improvement. You can watch 1,000 videos about starting a business, but until you actually start one, you haven't learned anything valuable. I'm going to show you a structure that divides your hour into 3 blocks: 20 minutes to learn, 30 minutes to apply, and 10 minutes to reflect and plan. This structure is based on the 70-20-10 rule that top performers use. 70% of your time should be spent doing, 20% learning, and 10% reflecting and planning. Here's your hour structure. Minutes 1 to 20 active learning. Study a specific skill but with focus on immediate application. Don't just read or watch. Take notes on what you're going to do with this information right now. If you're learning about marketing, don't just watch a video about Facebook ads. Watch a video about Facebook ads while taking notes on how you're going to create your first ad in the next 30 minutes. If you're learning about fitness, don't just read about workout routines. Read about workout routines while planning exactly which exercises you're going to do today. Minutes 21 to 50 practical application. This is where the magic happens. Practice, create, build something real using what you just learned. Don't just think about it, do it. If you learned about Facebook ads, create your first ad campaign. If you learned about workout routines, do the workout. If you learned about coding, write actual code. This is the difference between dreamers and achievers. Dreamers consume information. Achievers apply information immediately. Minutes 51 to 60, reflection and planning. Document what you learned and plan the next step. This is crucial because it turns experience into wisdom. Write down what worked, what didn't work, and what you're going to do differently tomorrow. Then plan exactly what you're going to focus on in tomorrow's hour. Why does this structure work? The learning curve accelerates exponentially when you immediately apply what you learn. Studies show we retain 90% of what we teach or apply, but only 10% of what we just read or hear. This structure ensures you're no longer a passive consumer of information, but an active applier of knowledge. And that's what separates successful people from everyone else. The fourth rule is about creating a rhythm that perpetuates itself and accelerates over time. People try to maintain motivation through willpower. It works for a few weeks, then they stop when motivation runs out. They never create a system that works regardless of how they feel. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you'll feel motivated, some days you won't. But systems are reliable. A good system works whether you feel like it or not. I'm going to show you how to create a structure where each day gets easier than the previous one, and where you naturally want to do your hour because you're seeing tangible results. First, create a visual tracker where you mark each day you completed your hour. This could be a simple calendar on your wall where you put an X for each day. Seeing a chain of X's creates momentum and makes you not want to break the chain. Second, define small weekly achievements to celebrate small victories. Don't wait 90 days to celebrate. Celebrate every week. Did you complete 7 days in a row? Celebrate. Did you finish your first project? Celebrate. Small celebrations create dopamine, which reinforces the behavior. Third, find a partner to work with you or document your progress publicly. Tell someone what you're doing and ask them to check on your progress. Or post your progress on social media. Social pressure is one of the strongest motivators humans have. Fourth, establish a meaningful reward for when you complete 90 consecutive days. Make it something you really want, but don't let yourself have until you complete the challenge. This creates a powerful incentive to stick with it. Behavioral psychology shows habits become automatic when there are 3 elements: a clear trigger, a specific routine, and a tangible reward. This system creates all these elements and adds the power of social pressure and progress visualization. Now, I'm going to show you how these 4 rules connect to create an acceleration system that will transform your life. The first rule gives you direction. You know exactly where you're going instead of wandering aimlessly. The second rule gives you the perfect moment to act when your energy is optimal. The third rule gives you the structure to maximize every minute instead of wasting time. And the fourth rule ensures you continue until you see extraordinary results. When you combine these 4 rules, something magical happens. You're no longer just improving gradually. You're accelerating exponentially. Each week, you're noticeably better than the previous one. Each month, you're at a completely different level. In 90 days, you're going to look back and not believe how much you've evolved. And people around you will notice. They'll ask what you did differently. They'll want to know your secret. The secret is simple. You stopped wasting your most valuable hour of the day and started using it strategically. Here's what's going to happen when you implement this system. In the first week, you're going to feel resistance. Your brain is going to try to convince you to skip days or make excuses. Push through this, it's normal. In the second week, you're going to start seeing small results. Maybe you'll learn a new skill. Maybe you'll make your first dollar online. Maybe you'll lose your first pound. These small wins will fuel your motivation. By the 4th week, it's going to feel natural. You'll actually look forward to your hour because you'll be seeing consistent progress. By the 8th week, people will start noticing changes in you. By the 12th week, you'll be a completely different person. But here's the thing, none of this happens if you don't start. None of this happens if you just watch this video and then go back to your normal routine. Look, I'm going to be straight with you. You have 2 options right now. You can close this video, go back to the couch, and stay exactly where you are. Or you can decide that today is the day your life changes direction. The difference between those who accelerate in life and those who stay stuck isn't talent, isn't luck, isn't connections. It's the ability to make a decision and implement it consistently, day after day. Most people are waiting for the perfect moment to start. Monday, next month, next year, when they have more time, when they feel more motivated. But perfect moments don't exist. There's only now. If you're tired of watching others get the results you want, if you're ready to finally accelerate your life for real, then start today. Not tomorrow. Today. Right now, grab a piece of paper and write down what your singular focus will be for the next 90 days. Then define what time you'll do your sacred hour. And tonight, without exception, you start. Don't overcomplicate this. Don't spend 3 hours planning the perfect system. Just pick one thing you want to improve, pick 1 hour, and start. You can refine as you go. The people who succeed are not the ones who plan perfectly. They're the ones who start imperfectly and improve along the way. Your future self is counting on the decision you make right now. In 90 days, you can either be the same person you are today, or you can be someone completely different. Someone who has skills you don't have now. Someone who has achieved things you can only dream about now. But that only happens if you decide right now that you're done with mediocrity, that you're done wasting your potential, that you're ready to become the person you know you can be. If this video made sense to you, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I post content every week for people who want to accelerate in life and not settle for average. And if you want to go deeper into the system, I left a link in the description for additional material that will help you implement each rule in detail. Now stop procrastinating and go do your hour. Your 10x life is waiting for you.